The housing market, as you guys may know, is under significant transformation, largely due to one individual, Donald J. Trump. With Trump's return to the office, we could see a range of shifts, obviously from the possible tax reductions to the increased housing options to rising interest rates. So there's a lot of uncertainties to the future policies of Donald Trump. So the discussion today will be to dissect Trump's policy and how they could benefit and hurt your ability to buy a house in 2025. So if you're contemplating whether now is the right time to buy, stay tuned. Although Trump hasn't officially resumed office yet, there are significant uncertainties surrounding his actions as he becomes the 47th president. My crystal ball is broken. I don't know about yours, but I cannot tell you what the future holds for the real estate market in the future. However, I will give you some insight on Trump's previous 4 years in power and highlight some of the key takeaways during his presidential campaign of 2024. Starting off, one of Trump's most notable policies was the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Well, what is that? It significantly reduced taxes for individuals and corporations. Specifically, the corporate tax rate slashed from 35 to 21%, which in turn, obviously, stimulated the economy and also increased disposable income. That effect had leading to the economic stimulation, and it also bolstered some disposable income. And of course, it increased some of our consumer spending. Cutting taxes benefits the economy, but it also specifically affects the housing sector. When people have more money, housing markets usually see a direct correlation. And because real estate has proven over and over to be a fixed asset, that's why huge corporations are now buying huge amounts of property because they don't make land anymore. Real estate's always going to be a good place to put money. However, there were negatives that also emerged, and let's talk about a few of them. The act capped the mortgage interest deduction to $750,000 and limited state and local tax deductions to $10,000, imposing a heavier tax burden on homeowners in high-cost states such as California and New York, and that will, in the end, diminish benefits of homeownership in a whole in those states. Trump, most notable of all policies that have direct impact on the housing market, is his stand on immigration. There's reason to believe that Trump's assertive immigration policies will also likely decrease the number of undocumented homebuyers in this country. Did you know that there are 11.7 million undocumented people in the United States currently? Hey, my name is Matt Baldwin. I help people looking to relocate to Pinellas, Hillsborough, Manatee, Pasco County, better well known as the Greater Tampa Bay. So no matter if you're moving in next week or next year, I can help you buy, sell, or invest. All of my information is going to be below. If you find my videos helpful, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. Doing so will encourage me to create more videos like this and help more people with a reliable realtor. Let's get back to the show. Of those 11.7 million people, 4.3 mortgages were used with ITIN as, if you don't know what an ITIN is, don't feel stupid. I didn't either. In fact, I didn't know most of this. I researched trending real estate topics, found one that I thought I could talk about, modified it, spent a couple days learning it, and in the process, learned a ton, and that's why I made this video for you. So, ITIN stands for Individual Taxpayer Identification Number and is used by people without legal work authorization. What does that mean? So there are nearly 12 million undocumented workers in the country, and a third of them use to own houses. So the question is, will the housing market benefit or be hurt by millions of homes that will be entered into the market because these people will not be buying houses, or will this create an overflow of inventory, lowering demand, and therefore leaving houses to sit on market longer? The push to increase deportation to undocumented workers could affect home supply and demand. We just spoke about that. But what about the labor force that go into building these homes? I dove deep into this and wanted to figure out how many undocumented workers there were in the country that were working. And what I found out was there are 3/4 of the labor force are in construction are undocumented. So with the strong push to deport undocumented workers, houses could take longer and could cost more, because if in order to get people to build those houses, you're going to have to pay better for people that are in America to entice them to work. So in fact, it could cost more to build houses because it's going to cost more money to get the labor. So to give you an idea how long it takes to build a new construction house, it typically takes about 10 to 12 months depending on the area. The average per square foot in new construction is around $300. Luxury, it hovers around $6,000 to $1,000, and then ultra luxury could go from 1,000 to 5,000. They're building incredible ultra luxury Mercedes condominiums in Miami that are just out of this world. If anyone is looking for new construction, me and my team are the leaders of new construction in Tampa Bay. We know exactly the areas, no matter if you're looking for a master plan or you're looking for more of an urban setting, or maybe you want a downtown condo. Give me a call. I make this super easy for you. I can navigate all the HOAs. If you have a dog that doesn't allow a dog in that condo, I can help you with finding the right letter. We've done it all. Over the course of my time in real estate, I've learned so much to help people in this industry, and it's amazing what you can do with a little grit. The second most important policy that could have an influence on the housing market is the several tax policy ideas, but I'm not going to bore you with all of that. Only the one that most likely will have the influence over the housing market are the steep new tariffs that Donald Trump is either flexing with, or he's saying it, or he's very serious. I don't know if you know what a tariff is. I didn't really know what a tariff was, so this is what a tariff are. Tariffs are taxes that are imposed by one country on goods imported from another country. Tariffs are trade barriers that raises prices, reduces available quantities of goods and services for the U.S. businesses and consumers, and created an economic burden for foreign exporters. So basically, goods that we buy from other countries to build houses might be more expensive to buy, therefore making houses more expensive. Is Donald Trump going to impose these tariffs, or is he just saying it? I don't know. What do you think? A key point frequently mentioned in Donald Trump's presidential campaign was the desire to lower taxes. Trump's no secret to advocating for a reduction on taxes. He says it all the time. A reduction of taxes allows for more money in your pocket, therefore stimulating the economy, which would enhance consumer disposable income, therefore improving money. Potential home buyers that have to spend on those, giving home buyers more money to spend on those houses. Therefore, it will stimulate the economy, as well as stimulate the housing market, and in effect could increase home prices. So is it possible the plan could make homes more expensive, but you will have more money? So does it make it harder or easier for qualified home buyers to get a house? Leave your comment below. Trump aims to open federal land for development. However, many believe some federal land isn't feasible to develop on, and many believe it has no space for development at all. Some believe we should build where we already have infrastructure in place and increase the quality of buildings that we already have that are also close to schools, shopping centers, and amenities. Somewhere we don't have to create huge master plans and master developments in rural areas. But this is nothing new to any administration, and many believe that using federal land with the purpose of building more homes hasn't worked in the past, because many say that federal officials are playing hot potato with the affordable housing issue. And if you don't know what the affordable housing issue, we struggle with affordable housing in this country. And I really love to see the push for St. Petersburg making a push for affordable housing, and they've done it in large numbers. But we're not going to get into that right now. We're really going to focus on the effects of Donald Trump. Trump has expressed intentions to lower mortgage rates, aiming for approximately 3% to boost affordability and stimulate buyers' interests, which really he has little control over. So I don't really see this happening. Personally, I would love to see mortgage rates drop around 4%, because from my professional insight, I've seen markets anywhere from 4 to 8%, and markets that are lower obviously give home buyers more money to spend on a house. That same $500,000 house at 3% is the same amount of money a $1 million house would be at 6%. If you don't and want more questions about what I just said, let me know. I have a phenomenal 25 plus year veteran financial mortgage loan officer that I can send you, and I trust him with my life. So in summary, various elements could shape the local housing market, making it vital to consider how Trump's policies might benefit or hinder the real estate market landscape in general. So the pressing question is, will Trump's policy ultimately aid or obstruct the housing market? I'm very curious of what you guys think. Let me know below. My take on the Florida real estate market is this. There are a few variables that will never change that will always make Florida's real estate market grow. The beaches, the master plans, no income taxes, and the sunshine. There are hurricanes, there are alligators, mosquitoes, and Florida summers, and the Florida man. But if you're like me, you learn how to avoid all of those things. I've lived in Florida and all over Florida. I was born and raised in the Florida Keys, lived all over Florida, and the Tampa Bay for me is a very unique outlier when it comes to real estate. And here are a few reasons. For one, you can be in a master plan world with several malls, restaurants, shopping, all in that same area, and then be able to drive 30 minutes to some of the world's best beaches. And then it goes from less suburbia to less suburbia to less suburbia. Or you can go to urban, historic, cool, trendy, with the option of finding unique new construction, or live in a luxury condo or house in St. Pete or Tampa, with having the access to the world-class amenities, restaurants, everything you could absolutely imagine. So you have all of these markets that make us one general market, all being driven by the exclusiveness, the safeness, the convenient places to live. If you're like me, who saw my family house in Key West being purchased at $85,000 in 1990, reaching over $1 million today, you know real estate is going to increase, and especially going to increase in areas that have a lot to offer. So what's my prediction? Real estate goes up. Mortgages that are verified by sound employment, purchased by people who have qualified jobs, unlike the 2008 subprime mortgage crisis, home prices will also go up. With infrastructure being built and over 1 million people moving to Florida each year, home prices will go up. This year and of the next 4 years, there will be 4 million Americans each year that are going to turn 65, which means there will be even more people buying and selling in Florida. Is this reassuring? I'm not sure. If you're a home buyer, yes. If you're a home owner, yes. Home buyer, I don't know. Because if you're a home owner, yes, because your property will increase. If you're someone on the sideline waiting for the crash, I personally think you're listening to a doomsday person who's creating content to bait and switch you. Pro tip, you don't have to buy something from these people who create these doomsday posts, because if you're watching them, views equal dollars and dollars equal brand deals. Spoiler alert, they're making money on all of us with this bad doomsday news. And if you are someone who can't afford a house or think that you'll never able to afford a house, I'm not really sure what to tell you. I will say that you should learn a skill that no one has around you, or that you see in the world that the world needs. Honestly, you can make money a million different ways. From selling used furniture to starting a painting company, landscape company, learning a trade. What I would do for a solid electrician, I can't even begin to tell you. Do you know that most electricians will get paid by a company to go get certified? It's a crazy world we're living in today, and there's so many opportunities if you're willing to work. When I left cooking out of a 2-star Michelin restaurant, I was lost, and someone told me that my personality would be good for real estate. It took me years to find that out, but after 10 years, I found my calling. I started off in a 1-bedroom apartment, sleeping on an air mattress, and built this business that generates almost $500,000 a year. I want to thank you for stopping by my video today. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. If you're looking to move to the Manatee, Pinellas, Hillsborough, or Pasco County, which makes up the Tampa Bay, I'd love to connect with you. All my information is going to be below. Take care and have a great Thanksgiving.